Hey, what's going on, guys? Asian Eyes White Dragon here. So this is a deck profile for the Chaos Inzektors that a lot of people requested for it. I don't think the deck is actually done. I'm still working on it. I'm still actually testing out the deck, even though I've been playing in ranked with it. But yeah, it's a really fun deck, and you'll notice that there's no maxis in here, and that's kind of because there's no room, and I really don't want to play against a wind-up player anyways, and that's essentially the only thing I really like maxi against. But yeah, just because Inzektors are quite popular deck, Maxi is not that great against them. Essentially 1-for-1s, and I'd rather Veiler at that point. And I really do want to run the triple Chaos Sorcerers. But against windups, though, I mean, you do have Cyber Dragons, so like Cyber Dragon can hurt them if they go like Zen mains after the loop. But yeah, I really don't want to play against windups anyways, so realistically, I'm like, whatever. But yeah, anyways, let's get on with the deck profile. So we got Black Luster Soldier, and we've got triple Chaos Sorcerer. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be Chaos Inzektors. And then for the lights, essentially, well, BLS also is a light, but we also are playing triple Cyber Dragon and triple Veiler. The reason why I'm playing Cyber Dragons and there's no Thunder Kings in here is because I want to summon my Inzektors. If I summon Thunder King, therefore I can't summon these. And if they want a Warning Cyber Dragon, by all means, Warning Cyber Dragon does not hurt, because then I just go summon my Dragonfly. And then they essentially lose from there. But Cyber Dragon is just a really solid card against a lot of different decks, and I really do like it because it's also a light. Also, level 5, it allows possibilities to go into synchros. If I need to send a Hornet to the grave for whatever reason, and in the situation I can do that. Just overall like it. And then another boss monster, Dark Arm Dragon, really good, really easy to get darks into the grave in this deck, and especially when you remove Dragonfly, and then like if I have a play where I can go drop Dark Arm Dragon, and then remove Dragonfly, and pop whatever I really need to pop. And then I can go Tour Guide, Sangan, or Tour Guide to Tour Guide, make a Levier, get back Dragonfly, and then I can normal summon Dragonfly. I can pop like the entire field multiple times. It's just amazing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Next up, we got 3 Veilers. They're lights, and they are quite good. Plus, with Chaos Sorcerer, it is actually really good, because you can make Arcanite Magician, which is a pretty darn good card. Plus, that's another light that you get to throw in the graveyard. Next up, we're playing one Birdman. Birdman wins me so many games. There was one game where I was like, Tour Guide, he goes Veiler. I'm like, it's cool, I'll just special summon Birdman now. And yeah, really good stuff there. And essentially, Birdman also allows you to make this card over here, which is Underground Arachnid. Now, what this card is, it requires a Dark Tuner plus a non-tuner insect monster, and that works perfect with Birdman and pretty much any of the Inzektors, except for Gigamantis, although you never really summon him, he's just kind of there for the equip ability. But yeah, so basically Birdman and any Inzektor makes this card over here, and when it attacks, your opponent can't activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. And once per turn, you can equip a face-up monster your opponent controls to this card, and if it would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy the equipped monster instead. And you can only have one equipped monster at a time to this card. But I mean, essentially from there, you're going to be at so much advantage, especially if they have like a power card, and you're like, let me equip that power card. Although it doesn't really gain like any like boost from attack from having the equipped card, but it's still just overall solid. I like this card. I think it's relatively good. Yeah, I mean, it takes really good field control, especially when you go like Dragonfly, okay, pop 1, okay, Centipede, pop 1, and then you get to add Gigamantis if you really want to, or you can add another Dragonfly. And then what makes it even better is you can return the other Dragonfly that was face up on the field. Then you have 2 Dragonflies in your hand, and then you can just go exceed Synchro with Inzektor Centipede plus the Birdman, and then you can make the Arachnid, and then possibly take the monster. And then you're really set to go, because you don't have to worry about Veiler. Because trust me, if you summon a Dragonfly and get your play off, I'm pretty sure they would have Veilered your Dragonfly. There's no reason why they would wait for that. So you can just pop the back row and then steal their monster after that. And I think that is a really good play. Plus, then you have the 2 Dragonflies in your hand. Yeah. And then next up, we play Gigamantis. He allows me to OTK really quick. I mean, as you guys can see, this deck OTKs really fast. Yeah, I mean, you can push really hard. I mean, all you really need to do is just pop multiple cards, and then just be like, okay, Gigamantis, and then Chaos Sorcerer, and then you can pretty much push for game. It's just really good, especially if you also summon a Cyber Dragon first before your plays. Really good stuff. And then next up, we're playing triple Hornet, relatively good as well. I am also playing Foolish. Like, I kind of wanted to play double and Foolish, but then I was like, oh, it's just really good. I mean, you really need to get this card. This is kind of the key card in the deck, which makes the deck really good. Then we're running the Sangan triple Tour Guide, and then double Tragodia, just because I mean, if you look at it, I mean, you do have triple Chaos Sorcerers, and sometimes they can clog, especially when you open up with like Chaos Sorcerers, and then you have like Cyber Dragon, Dark Armed, and then you have like an Effect Veiler or like Dragonfly. You don't really have any good summons. Your good summons in this deck are essentially going to be Tour Guide and then Dragonflies, and occasionally Centipede. But those are the basic normal summons of the deck. And then we play 2 Tragodia just for consistency. It really does help out, and you guys know how I love Tragodia. Also, it helps out with exceeding, or just taking monsters is always good. And then Allure of Darkness, just because there's quite a bit of darks in here. And then a Dark Hole, Foolish, Heavy, Reborn. Pretty much, I'd say staples in most decks. And then 3 Duality, and there is no Mind Control, as you guys will notice, because like I really couldn't find room, and if anything, possibly Foolish Burial would be taken out. Because I have my Tour Guide to Sangan to search out my Hornet anyways. But yeah, I mean, I do really wish I had room for Mind Control, because that card's too good. But I felt like there wasn't enough tuners in here. I mean, I do have 3 Veiler and a Birdman, but yeah, I really feel like I really wanted more tuners. I mean, I could still exceed, but there's no really like level 4s that I can summon in here. Yeah, so I really wish I had room for Mind Control. I want to put it in there. But yeah, I really feel like 3 Duality is really good because, again, like sometimes you want to set up for your plays, because Inzektors is a deck where it's only as good as how much your opponent commits to the field and how much card advantage you can generate off of that. I don't really feel that Inzektors are like a broken archetype. I mean, they're really good. But the thing is, if your opponent has nothing on the field, your Inzektors really do nothing. They have to be able to pop a card. I mean, yeah, you could pop your own card, but realistically, how good is that? And then last up, we're playing Double Warning and Trap Down Shoot. Although, since I did title this March 2012 ban list, for the Inzektors, you'll be swapping it out for, Trish swaps out for Mistform, Torrential Tribute swaps out with Trap Down Shoot. The reason why there's no Solemn Judgment is just because paying half your life sometimes is, kind of too much, and your opponent will just be like, oh, it's cool, I'll just get out Blackluster Soldier and I win now. And that's kind of why I opted to play the Torrential Tribute. If I was playing, Solemn Judgment, I would definitely swap it out for Torrential Tribute. I feel like that would be a little bit better, just because generally, when your opponent is ready to Synchro Exceed, you just Torrential right there. I mean, there's really nothing in here that's like, going to hurt too much when you lose. I mean, if you lose like a Dragonfly and a Centipede, by all means, it's not that bad. Also, it's not bad to just make Zen mains. I mean, if you think about it, if they're going to Dark Hole your Zen mains and then end their turn just so you lose your Zen mains, realistically, it's not that bad, because then they have an empty field and you can just go, it's cool, I'll attack now. But, yeah. Also, Gorse is another card that I really like in this deck, just because it allows me to go for Scrap Dragon when I can summon a Veiler, and I have something already, I can pop my token. Really good stuff. But as far as the extra deck, I run 2 Chimera Fortress just because, 3 Cyber Dragons, plus it's another Dark that goes to the grave. It's just really good. And there was that one game where I was playing against a Malefic player, and it was pretty funny. That Gear Town, I guess I should say. But, yeah, and then next up, another odd card, I guess you could say, is Arcane Magician, which doesn't go in every deck. And then Colossal Fighter, one of my favorite cards to get out against any Dragon player, because it's just a problem card. Because you can point for point Red as Darkness Metals and just bring it back. And then obviously Underground Arachnid, like I mentioned before, really good stuff. And yeah, he's got a good effect. And then I play 1 Levier. Sometimes I wish I had 2, but I really didn't know what I wanted to take out. Possibly Chimera Fortress. I don't think really 2 is necessary, but there are times where, you're playing against Karakuris. It would be nice to have. And I really don't like losing to Karakuris. Just because they always seem to be able to push, and I always don't have Max C. Well, I mean, I don't run Max C in this deck, but they always have to push really hard first turn to get like a beast, and then I'm like, oh, it's cool. Summon Dragonfly, okay, pop. Yeah, I'm also playing Acid Golem just because it's a good answer to BLS or anything that I really want to make, or something that my opponent makes, and I just need to get a 3000 attacker out. For whatever reason. And then last up, we're playing 2 Zen mains because that card is amazing. But yeah, that's been my deck profile. I'm still working on it. But yeah, if you have any suggestions to what I should run in it, I feel like I could possibly take out a Chaos Sorcerer, but I know that running 3 can clog. But the thing is, Chaos Sorcerer is so good, and it just combos really well with Inzektors, because if my opponent goes Duality, add Warning to the hand, and I have my Light in the Dark, I can summon Chaos Sorcerer. Either a Veiler will come out of them or a Warning, and also same thing with Cyber Dragon. That kind of baits it out too. It's just baiting out the card and then getting your Inzektor play off and then going off from there. And I think the deck's really good, but again, it's only as good as your opponent's field is and how much you can take advantage of it. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions for the deck, because I'm still working on it, let me know in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Ice White Dragon, signing out.